Hey folks, Zach K Uncut. This is actually my third video for the evening. It's 1:30 on 1:40 in the morning. And no, I'm not high or drunk at all. Quite sober. And this is the third video because I realize that I have to be a little bit more careful. I can't be too... This is like Zach K Raw and Uncut, right? But I realized about 3 minutes ago I had a half an hour video set and I just rambled and thought out loud. And then I was doing a second one just now and I realized that we do have enemies in the Patriot community, and they will attack if I were to say something that is irresponsible, and obviously I'm human, that's gonna happen sometimes if I were to completely be uncut and raw. But I can see these babies cutting up my video and being like, look at this, and then try and ruin my image and reputation, which normally I wouldn't give a crap about. I don't have anything to prove. I really don't. When I'm with my friends, I worry about not insulting them. I don't worry about being guarded or really careful about what I say. No, it's my friend. I want to have fun. And I'd love to have fun on here. And it will be fun. It's just Sarge and I are dealing with Sarge. I say Big Sarge. It's Rob. His name is Rob. He's the CEO of the network where I do some of my shows on. And the network's actually called Redcon One Media. Look us up on Facebook. And on this YouTube channel, I focus mainly, almost solely on anxiety and depression, and I have 2 videos up that I put up before this. But I decided tonight I'm gonna do some raw, uncut videos where I just speak my mind, and it's a cool feeling. I did a 30-minute video like 5 minutes ago, and it was a blast. And if this were to catch and some people like it, hey, I'll do it again, or maybe I'll just do it anyways. I don't know. I'd like to have an audience. I don't want to just speak into thin air. I wouldn't do that. It wouldn't be fun. But I do have to still. I still have to be kind of guarded, which is ridiculous. I don't know. Is it ridiculous? Everyone has to do that, I guess. Everyone has careers and jobs, and some people have jobs where they can give a crap what people say on social media. I know that if one of my careers, this career, was not on social media, and I'm a trader. On my first career, I'm a day trader. But if I didn't have this career on here, I wouldn't care shit about social media. In fact, I deleted my personal account because I wasn't using it, and then I just started to use Facebook for business, and it actually kind of weirded out some friends of mine. I think some old friends, and obviously, out of respect to them, I don't want to share every thought on this video about them, especially to protect their privacy. I respect them for that, or I respect them enough for that. But this is uncut. This is raw. I don't know. And now I had to figure out like something new to talk about. Earlier, I was talking, and I could just tell, like, kind of deep in my psyche, there was something kind of trying to bubble up to talk about, and I couldn't figure out what it was, which is rare for me. Usually I know, well, not all the time, but a lot of times, like, something internal, it doesn't really take me long to figure out if there's something lodged or something in my mind or emotions that wants to come up. Usually it just comes right up, or I can just think about it, and it's easy. You know, that's the benefit. This is kind of interesting, and as I'm just thinking this, that's kind of the benefit of being challenged by anxiety, because anxiety is an internal thing. It's within your psyche. It's in your. It's within your. Well, you know, there's the physical aspects, right? The chemicals in the veins and the adrenaline that get pumped through your body. But it's all. It's a lot of it's in your psyche. It's in your mind. Whoa. I just had a thought about something. Yeah, it's the benefit. This is a benefit of having anxiety and an issue with it, where you struggle with it. It forces your attention to go internal. It forces you to internalize your experience and your focus. So what happens is you start to observe your thinking. You start to observe your emotions. Okay, this video is turning out much better than my last two. You start to observe that stuff, those things, the thoughts in your mind and emotions, and it's very educating, because it's a science. It's an art form to manage the internal world and traverse those winding roads and those breaking off roads, and then new roads form. And you know, like, for example, I'm going to look back on this video. I'll probably post it tonight. We'll see. But I'll look back on this video 6 months to a year from now, and I won't even recognize my thought process. Hardly at all. Well, I don't know. I mean, mostly not at all. But, you know, as I've gotten more and more relaxed with who I am and just being comfortable in my own skin, you know, they say that's a lifelong pursuit, right? So who knows if I look back and I'm totally different. It's possible. It's certainly been the theme throughout my life. If I were to look back at a video of myself 2 years ago, I'd be like, whoa, who's that guy? Maybe I should look more at the camera because I got blue eyes. Let's see. Who knows? I don't know if you can see it. Doesn't matter. I got blonde hair too. You know how interesting it is to be a blonde hair, blue-eyed dude who's like, you know, I don't know. Blonde hair, blue-eyed. A lot of people just look. They're like, whoa, that's interesting. Yeah, how often do you see that? How often do you see blonde hair, blue-eyed dudes walking around the States? I mean, you got to go to, like, Sweden for that shit. You know, and then the obvious the obvious answer, Germany. Hey, guess what? A lot of blonde hair, blue-eyed people there. Who knows now, right? I don't watch. I haven't looked at German people lately. Have you? I haven't seen too many German people. I was thinking of naming this video Zach Kay Delirious. Or Zach K. Raw. Shout out to one of the greatest entertainers of all time, Eddie Murphy. I got such smoker's teeth. I'm so, like, embarrassed to smile. You know, and it could be the computer light, but man, they look yellow in this video. Boy, oh boy. I don't know. Fucking teeth. They're so annoying. Gotta take care of them all the time. I don't want to do that. And I haven't done it enough, and I'm probably gonna pay the price for it. But I don't know. I think technology will take such leaps and bounds over a short amount of time here. I think health will be a non-issue in under 10 years. I think everyone's going to have perfect health based off of highly advanced technology. That's just my opinion. It's a rare one too. Not a lot of people have that opinion, but some do. Some do study that world of insiders and people with access to top level technology. Like technology from, some of the most genius minds on the planet. Just black ops technology, and like just imagine what it actually is. And I think I know what some of it is, and so do these other people who study this world, that world of info. And you know what? I think the idea of like, it's a conspiracy theory. I think that's I'm starting to think that's like the dumbest labeling of something that is out of the ordinary. Yeah, of course there's some conspiracy theories. The Earth's not flat. Jesus. And people wear tinfoil around their head. I don't know the reason behind that. It doesn't look that rational. But let me drop a bomb. If one freaking UFO sighting is real and it's from another planet, it changes every single aspect of the argument of our society. That means that oil is obsolete. Gas is obsolete. All kinds of things. Electricity. How we produce electricity. Do you see tankers on UFOs where they're carrying 1,000 gallons of gasoline? No. Do you see? You know what I'm getting at. The technology to come from out of this solar system to here makes almost everything on this planet technology-wise obsolete. I think that's one of the biggest secrets of secrets. And the idea that we're alone in this universe, give me a break. And it's just, it's nonsense. 12 minutes in on this video. Let's see how long I go. I want to go as long as I feel like it. Man, it's almost 2 a.m. Jesus. Well, I'm not waking up early tomorrow. Zach K, raw and uncut and delirious. I said in one of my last videos, or that I'm not gonna post. Oh shit! I already lost my thought. I wonder if someone left the video when I had that blank moment. Just like, I can't handle it. Normally I would, unless I was just oh man, this guy. I liked what he's saying, but I don't know if I would say that about myself. It is interesting to observe myself in a replay. It's like, I said that. Interesting. Like, okay, that's a decent point, or just offhandedly observing it. But I think now I am officially a YouTuber. I'm enjoying just speaking and making a video. This is my first raw and uncut video of myself where I'm just literally no preparation, just talking and expressing myself. This is really my first time doing that. I wish I had some soda right now. I said it in the other video too. I'm pissed that I'm addicted to soda. How dare how dare whomever made soda to make it addicting? Damn you. I mean, it's like cigarettes. Like, how dare you make something that I can't quit and would take just unbelievable willpower to get past. And who knows, I would have to fight it for the rest of my life. Someone lights a cigarette for me in front of me 20 years from now, and I've been smoke free for 19 years. As far as I know, I would still get the urge to smoke a cigarette. That's what everyone says. That's retarded. How dare you make something like that? I'm furious about that, including soda. Who watches people do this? What I'm doing right now, just total. I mean, you really gotta like me to sit through this. I'm 16 minutes in. If you're still watching, that's interesting. I don't know. Am I that? You know, I want to be that entertaining. I have an urge to be that entertaining. I hope this is entertaining. See, I think Sarge won't let me post this. I don't know. I'm gonna put it up, and I'm still being guarded. I'm not crossing the boundary of things I shouldn't say. I'm still being respectful to our network and the image we have to uphold. I'm still being respectful to that. You know, and I'd love to go no holds barred at some people in the Patriot community. And if you're watching this video anytime soon, you know who we're talking about. Well, in fact, it's actually, there's a lot of people now who are throwing insults all over the place. So it's, you know, it's hard to specify. It is cool to just be in front of the microphone. Just be yourself. Think out loud. You know, put together some thoughts that come up and just sculpt them into something to say. Or in refining your point or not refining your point. I don't know. I get a lot of creative ideas with this broadcasting stuff, though. Like Sarge and I want to do a BSing with Zach K. Bullshitting with Zach K. I want to do that show with me and Sarge dicking around and joking. Yeah, there's that, and you know, we have some characters we might create and do videos of, and just like what you know, my character would be someone who wears a shirt that says white men are trash. and oh man, my fucking teeth. And I forget what Sarge's character he wants to be. He's got that Cletus guy. That thing is pretty funny. Sarge is one of, is I don't know. It's hard to say that he's my favorite person, but you know, in certain ways he is. I think he's a very responsible adult. I admire him, and I know he admires me. There's things about each other that we admire. I admire his drive. The guy works, man. I mean, I don't know. I've seen some people in my life that work super hard at like businesses or, you know, adventures. My dad being one. The guy's a workhorse, and his business got destroyed in 2008, the mortgage business, and he still fights his way through it. But Sarge is, the guy gets work done, man. He created I don't want to talk about the details, but he created something recently, some paperwork, and it was incredible. It was like he did it in a day, and I read it. I was like, Jesus, You know, I'm like, I can't do that. I don't know. Do I even promote this video? Do I put this on my Facebook page? I probably shouldn't. Probably not. But it's fun. This is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this. I'm going to do more of this, where I just be myself. People do this on YouTube. And they make money. Lots of money. I know someone who does this. And she doesn't even really particularly like it. She just needs to do it because she needs the money. And she has a following. She's got like 15,000 subscribers. She had a page before this one. She had 60,000 subscribers. That's insane. And she was making money. She made good money off that. And yeah, she would prep and cut videos and all that stuff. But mainly, she was just speaking her mind. It's fascinating to me. And you know what? I should be... Jeez. I should be getting my thoughts out there more. I spend so much time chiseling them up and refining them and thinking about them and progressing my mind and exercising my mind. And mining out my intuition and emotions and, you know, becoming super intuitive and able to kind of like, kind of get information that is, you know, information within my own intuition. Just some powerful stuff. And I've built the ability to, I've bridged it. I've bridged my mind and my intuition. They flow together quite easily. So, and, you know, and that gives me some intuitive reading capabilities. You know, if someone were to have me really focus on a question for them, I can get intuitive information about it, which is cool. And, you know, surprisingly, this other girl I was just talking about, she can do that too. She's done it longer than I have, where she's just really intuitive and she can pick up things. And so I still wish I had some soda. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go till 30 minutes, just so as not to drive you guys crazy. I don't know. Will this pick up? Will I get an audience by doing these vids? Maybe. I don't know. Am I interesting? Sometimes. Sometimes I just make no sense. I don't make sense to a lot of people sometimes. And it's because perhaps it's because I overthink things or give 7 angles on one point or 7 different ways to say it, or, you know, one thing that comes from analyzing and observing your own thoughts is your verbiage, the words you use, they get refined, and you start to speak. I don't know. I'm not kissing my own ass here, but you start to get eloquent. I'm not always eloquent, but sometimes I am. And I think that's one reason why Sarge and I succeed, is because we're both good with our words. But some people aren't, are they? Too much emotion. And I could go after people in these vids, but I don't want to. I graduated from school long ago. I don't need to go back there and get in arguments. And I know that if I were to come across some of these people who are throwing insults around in the Patriot community, if I were to come face to face with them, they would get hostile. And they would try and dominate me and act macho and act tough. And you know what? I'm not saying that they're weak, because some of them are they'll fight. They will get in a fight. To me, fighting's illegal. It's illegal. You can get a shitload of trouble for fighting. And what if you hurt someone badly? You know, what if you put him in a coma because you rocked his head with a fucking brick? What then? Have you thought about that? Do you know how much trouble? Like, I mean, you can go to jail for that. You know, I don't need to act tough and ignore all that. I am fine just being a self-defense kind of guy. I'm fine with that route. I even, you know, I carry pepper spray. Pepper spray. For that reason alone. Self-defense. Have I ever started a fight? I think when I was 7. Maybe 9. Could be 10. I don't know. I certainly haven't started a fight in my 20s and 30s. I have no desire to. Well, there's a part of me that wants to see how I would do. You know, I mean, when you're a guy, who knows, maybe it's just being human. You think, you know, how would I do in a fight? And you kind of go through the movie in your head, right? Like, oh, I'd do this, I'd do that. I could do this here. But you know what? I'll save that for the MMA gym. I'll save that for matches. Not for the street. The street is brutal. What if you knock a guy out, right? You just punched him. And then he falls over and cracks his head open on a curb. Do you think that's not a big deal? You think, I mean, you know, yeah, you can run away and never get caught, but if you get caught, you're going to jail. Or, you know, or you're getting a serious charge brought up against you and you have to pay a monster fine or whatever the fuck you have to do. But it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And then there's this rally coming up. And it's the same thing. I don't need to go to that. I don't need to prove that I'm tough. I don't care. Think I'm a coward, please. Just keep it on your side of the hay house. Play with your own toys over there. Don't look at me. Don't throw things at me. And you know what? You can just have the whole house. I'll go to the next one. I don't want to play around you. I don't want to play with my toys. You play over there. I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to prove. I don't know. Do I even have anything to prove? Anything? I don't have to prove that I'm funny. I don't have to prove that I'm smart or dumb. Or that I'm not dumb. I don't have to prove that I'm tough. I don't have to prove anything. And that's a good lesson for all of us, right? I'm happy that I've reached that point. And at a young age. I'm only 34. And I have nothing to prove. And perhaps there's other 34-year-olds like that. But I could think of some people who are around my age that I bet if I ran into them from my high school, they're still the same. They're still macho, act tough. And yeah, some of them are tough. And they would be dangerous in a fight. That's why I would go straight for the balls and kick them in the balls or spray them with my pepper spray and then call the police and press charges. Ah, you're a pussy. I don't care. I don't care what you think. I don't need you to think anything in particular about me. I don't need your perception to be favorable. 30 minutes in, I'm going to keep going until I feel like stopping. That's a tendency of mine. I do whatever I feel like. A little too much, you know? It's like I'm not an impulsive person to where I get inappropriate, but I live my life kind of based on like certain, like a lot on impulse. I feel like doing this. Yeah, I feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing that. And then sometimes if I don't feel like doing something and people are like, come on, man, let's go do it. I'm like, nah, don't feel like it. You know, like I won't force myself to do it. I'll just be like, no. And they'll get mad, and I'm like, oh, sorry. I don't feel like doing it. And Sarge, he's the type of guy who can control himself beyond that. He'll do stuff that he would hate, and he would ignore that hate. It will go away. He'd be fine. He'd be fine. My fucking teeth. Ugh. I gotta whiten my teeth. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna whiten my teeth for broadcasting. Look at Sean Hannity's teeth. They look like paper. That's what I gotta do. I gotta spend like $10,000 at the dentist or something. I'm a smoker, and I've been a smoker for like 10 years. And I could take better care of my teeth, so my teeth are stained. It's so embarrassing. That's alright. I'm not dating anyone right now. Saving a lot of money. Yeah, I don't have a girlfriend to be at the top of my game for hygienically. Not to say I'm a dirty guy, but you know, brushing my teeth 1,000 times a day, I don't have to do that. Well, I've behaved in this video. I think this is a good to go. And I don't think anyone's listening by this point, except when it's like 6 months to a year from now, and they're like, man, I gotta see what he says. That's interesting. That's an interesting feeling, to like think someone is in that spot. It's gratifying. It's, you know, it's flattering. If someone is watching this now, and it's like 6 months. Today is the 2nd of November in 2018. If someone in 2019 is watching up to this point, that's pretty cool. That to me is a success with this video. Because I wouldn't do this if there wasn't a chance like that. I wouldn't just talk to air and just be like, yeah, maybe someone will see it, or think that someone's going to see it, but no one ever does. Like, there's really a chance that someone might watch this. So. Oh, boy. See, that's what these people do. They just turn the camera on. That's all they do. They just turn it on. And then they just go. And that's what I'm doing here. And it's fun. But like I said, I wouldn't do it if I didn't think someone wasn't going to watch it. Someone's going to watch it, I think. 33 minutes in. Zach Kay, uncut, raw, delirious. It's fun. The shit's fun. Maybe I should study PewDiePie's videos. Try and rival him. Take him on. Zach Kay, moving in. Moving on up. It'd be so cool if someone like who was a fan of our network just totally watched all of this. Now that would be a fan. That would be a fan. Sarge has got the spotlight, but I'm starting to really just put my foot into that circle of light with him. And yeah, I've delivered. I think I said this to Sarge one time, kind of something like this. I said, you know, I'm kind of just like an asset, basically, is what I said. I'm one of your assets in this network. And he agrees, and he discusses with me almost everything that goes on in the network or big decisions coming up. Me and him, he always comes to me, and I give my thoughts, which is flattering. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's, you know, it says a lot about his faith in me and his opinion of me. Um, so, PewDiePie. Let's see, 35 minutes in. I wonder how long it's going to take to upload this. Alright, I want to think of one more thing to talk about that's somewhat interesting before I end this. I wonder what that'll be. Let me mine the mind. Duh. I have something interesting. Alright. I'm gonna... Whoa. Hold on. My eye's feeling weird. I hate these chronic headaches. They've deteriorated my eyes viciously. It's like I can see fine. It's just like the muscles. With tension headaches, there can be tension behind the eyes, and it can tighten up your eye muscles, literally the muscles that control the eye. And because it's been so constant for 9 years for me, like I've even had it where my eyes gave out and I couldn't hold them forward. Sometimes I thought it was going to rip and I was going to die. Like numerous times I went to the emergency room because of that. And of course they couldn't do a damn thing for me. And they're morons. And yes, some doctors are good, don't get me wrong. But the doctors I've come across, they sucked. Not helpful. It really failed me. Okay. I had a good thought. Okay, so this is what it is. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about. The idea of a Renaissance man or woman. And the concept behind that term, Renaissance man, is that it's a person or man or woman who it's a person who is, I guess, studied in multiple fields. Like he's a painter, he's a writer, he's a speaker, he's a musician, he's an athlete, someone who's talent, who just is capable in so many different areas. You know, a lot of people obviously specify in certain areas and they become studied in those areas, and it's usually just what, a couple or 3 or 4, right? Well, a Renaissance man he studies dozens of areas and becomes proficient in all of them. That's the idea behind a Renaissance man. And I'm wondering if I'm headed in that direction with my life. Not to say that I'm saying I'm, some extraordinary guy. But I'm interested in so many fields, and I've been blessed to have a well-exercised mind, and hey, it took hard work. I spent a lot of time exercising my mind, and it's something I need to be honest with myself sometimes. I'm honest with myself, but I hate bragging. I don't want to brag. Like I said, I have nothing to prove. This is just discourse with you, whoever's watching. It's just discourse, but I have to kind of tout myself a little bit in this point. I just think I'm capable of I think I'm gonna make some movies, some shows, some books, write some scripts. I think I'm gonna make some music. I think just all kinds of fields. I think I'm gonna be a high-level martial artist. I think I'm going to be a high-level speaker. You know, and hey, I could be totally wrong. What if I die tomorrow? Well, then none of that is true. And that'd be fine. I'm not really scared of death. But if I do make it to old age, I think I will have studied and become proficient in multiple areas. And that's the concept of a renaissance man. And I do believe in the future. I have high hopes in the future for our society. And a lot of it's because of those, like I talked about the UFO stuff and high levels of technology, right? I think that stuff is our future. And I think I will be utilizing that technology with ease. I think it will make more sense to me than these computers do. It's strange. I know it sounds strange outside. It makes total sense to me based off the things I've studied, and I don't want to have to explain all that. But, you know, I think, you know, if I don't think like computers in the future, I don't think you know how to have to code like a specific style of coding. I think it's just going to be thought to thought. I think you're going to just communicate telepathically with the computer or whatever this organ. I think it's going to be alive. I think it's going to be an organism. And it's going to be like, it's going to have holograms and all that. And you can just have a mental discourse with it. I think that's what technology is going to be. And I think I'll be just far more at home with it. And just yeah, I'll be more comfortable with it. I have no desire to learn how to code on these things. Maybe a tiny bit, but I just see it almost as a waste of time. Because I think that some of that technology, the high level stuff, I don't think that's that far off. And yeah, that's a whole nother argument in yourself. And a lot of you are watching this. Well, it's interesting. Maybe you're watching this and that reality has taken place. And you're like, whoa, he called it. But you know what? I'm not the only one who knows this stuff. This field of information is observed by a lot more people than many of you think. I mean, some of the articles I read that after years of sorting through sources, the ones that I found to be most credible, and there's only a handful now, I mean, they have hundreds of thousands of followers. Big shows, and, you know, one guy's on Ancient Aliens, and he's got his own show on something else, and so. Alright, my eyes are about to fall over. Alright, I'm going to stop here. 40, whoa, the clock said 4, 3, 2, 1. That was a 44-minute rant. I wonder if I'm going to post this. We'll see. I probably will. I'm going to watch some of this. Let's see what happens. Alright, good night. 2:20 in the morning. Jesus. I'll see you next video. Brr.